Hi everyone, this is Sean. It is awfully hot outside. We are in February and it's 89 degrees in my neighborhood. I have the fan on. I'm hoping it doesn't distract you too much. And I have my kid in the back. And so far, I think he's gonna like this video. So we'll have minimal distractions. I want to talk about body armor. I've had some comments and concerns, maybe about 2 or 3 comments, excuse me, in the last month about body armor. Some people want to know what my opinions were, what level armor they should get, whether they should have hard armor plates or not. So here's my opinion. Your decision to carry body armor, I keep mixing up carry with wear. I meant wear. Your decision to wear body armor is really mission, it's post dependent. If you work in an area that is highly dangerous and there's a good chance that something dangerous is going to happen, well, you want to have the best level of protection, and I will expand on that concept. There might be some posts where you don't even need any body armor at all. But nowadays, I think that decision has changed. But you might be at a post where you're monitoring cameras, you're indoors, maybe you're behind some type of bulletproof glass. And when I say bulletproof, I don't mean to say bulletproof, like no bullet's gonna pass through it. I'm talking about bullet resistant glass. Most people think that bulletproof vests are in fact bulletproof. It's bullet resistant depending on the bullet that attempts to pass through. Now, generally in most circumstances, I think it's a good idea to have body armor irrespective if you are working unarmed or armed. When I worked unarmed private security, and when I'm talking about unarmed, I'm referring to not even pepper spray, nothing. I wear body armor, and this is in the late 90s. You never know what's going to happen. Body armor can also protect against trauma to the chest area. So if you are working golf cart patrol, bicycle patrol, vehicle patrol, if you happen to get into a crash, if you have a trauma pad or even an extra layer of body armor, that layer can protect you from internal damage to a certain degree. And I think it's a significant degree that'll protect you. And that's one of the benefits, is trauma protection. If somebody happens to punch you really hard, if you're wearing body armor, your body armor actually absorbs some of the impact. Those of you who got a spanking when you were little, now times have changed. I used to get it with the belt. The belt, our Hispanic population knows what a chancla is. You might have a chancla attack. You name it. Okay, you name it. But anyhow, if you were a smart kid like me, you would probably put, at that time or during those years, or maybe recent years, you would put clothing under you, or you would hide under clothing under your other clothing. You would put pillows inside of your sweatshirt before you got the beat down. If you were smart. Same thing with body armor. You wear body armor, it's gonna reduce impact. That's why it's a good idea even if you're unarmed. Now, if you're armed, you should wear body armor if you're armed. And here's why. I said this in other videos. Bad guy might approach you with no weapon at all, but once he gets a hold of your weapon, now he has armed himself. So whenever there's 2 people in a room or 2 people next to each other, and I happen to have the gun, there's really 2 armed people. It's me and the potential bad guy. We're both armed. It's just that my gun is retained in a holster, and that's a temporary method of retention, not something that's permanent. All he has to do is knock me out, get a hold of that gun, and now he's armed, and I become the unarmed private security professional. So let's get that out of the way. There's two types of body armor composition. Well, I mean, there's more, but let's just narrow it down. There's soft armor and there's hard armor plates. In most security professions or most security work out there, I'm going to carry a soft body armor. Soft body armor is a lot more comfortable than hard armor because it's a lot more flexible. Should you get a level 2A, 2, or a 3? That depends on you. If it was up to me, I work law enforcement, at my police agency is up to me, I would wear a level 2A. It's a lot more comfortable, and it's still comforting to know what protects me. Now, I might tighten it up a notch if I want to feel a lot more comfortable and wear a 2A. And I'm sorry, wait a minute. Wear a 2. Wear a 2 instead of a 2A. A level 2 offers a little bit more thickness in the vest. Now let's talk about the differences between a level 2 and a level 3A. I've attended about 2 or 3 meetings with different body armor vendors. So they would come to my place of employment for about an hour. They give a presentation on what vest covers what threat. And the most recent presentation I've attended was in 2021. The vendor showed us that each vest, when I mean each, I mean the level 2 and the level 3A covered the same threats, same threat level. That's certified by NIJ. The difference is the deformation, is the back deformation, and that is how much deformation that you get once the bullet impacts the Kevlar or the vest. How much deformation do you get? Now, the more deformation that you get, the more trauma to your body. I don't have the proper inches or centimeters or millimeters, whatever they use right now, but when I saw the difference between 3A and 2, there wasn't much difference. If you're hit, you're hit. Both offer the same amount of protection. The difference is a deformation, and I cleared this up with the vendor. The difference is the thickness. I've been told since I've been really looking to body armor, the last 16 years, I keep being told whenever there's a new vest that comes out, that the 3A is comparable to the 2. The 3 is comparable to the 2 when you compare wearability. So the thicker the vest, the more uncomfortable it's going to be. Level 3A used to be very uncomfortable. And that's why in the beginning, when I purchased my own vest, I purchased a 2A, just the most comfortable vest ever. My new recommendation now is I'm going to bump it up to a 2A. I'm sorry, 2. Sorry guys, I keep mixing up I keep mixing up the 2. I'm going to recommend at least a 2A. Now, I keep getting told, oh, they feel the same, you can't even feel the difference. No, I feel the difference between a level 2 and a level 3A. For me, the level 3A, it's wearable, but it's so much more comfortable with the level 2. My employer purchased level 3A, and I'm not too happy with that purchase. I wish that I was able to purchase a 2A because it's a lot, two, because it's a lot more comfortable. But again, the choice is yours. So they cover, remember, just to summarize, a level 2 and a level 3A covers the same threats depending on the vest, but at least the vest that I reviewed. But the difference is the back deformation. And I might be using the wrong terminology. I am not a body armor expert. When you upgrade to hard armor plates, you are upping the level of protection. So my active shooter in my active, I hate using the word active shooter, active killer kit, that body armor setup is, it's scenario, it's mission dependent. It depends on what is happening. If I get a call of a shooting in progress as a law enforcement officer, or a guy who's barricaded himself inside the house, that's the first thing that I'm going to put on. Now, it's rated up to a 308. I don't remember what the velocity is, but that's what it's rated to protect. Could there be threats that are a lot more powerful, that have a lot more energy than the 308? Yes. I might have somebody with a 300 Win Mag that might take a high precision shot at me. Is that possible? Yes. Are aliens landing on planet Earth abducting me possible? Yes. Could a comet land on Earth? Yes. We could keep saying what if. But what drives my duty gear is the possibility of something happening. And because there's a slight possibility that I need a higher level of protection, I'm not going to wear my armor plates on regular patrol, on regular assignments. The vest is heavy. You have to condition with it. Now, with a lot of training courses that I go to, if I wear that level of protection, the hard armor plates, if I went for training, every hour I'll take them off, and if I'm able to, I'll take a 5-minute break and then put it back on. It is cumbersome. I've taught 8-hour courses, been on the range sometimes up to 10 hours wearing that stuff. It plays a toll, you guys, on your body, your ligaments. It's damaging to your body. You have to condition with it. That's why I have a lot of respect for our men and women in the armed forces who go overseas in hostile territories in uncomfortable weather conditions, with 100+ weather, with all their equipment, and they're wearing those armor plates. My hats off go to them. I can't do that. Even SWAT teams, you'll see them sometimes with a level 4 armor plates. When they're done with their assignment, the first thing that comes off are those plates. Okay, you'll see that. Look on TV when they're done with their SWAT mission, their special tactic mission, whatever you name it. That's the first thing that comes off. And then they'll be taking a break next to a truck on the sidewalk, but that comes off first. You don't see SWAT officers patrolling like that most of the time. Now, I'm near the border. We have BORTAC. They're basically an elite law enforcement SWAT team. They get dropped off in helicopters depending on where they're located. Where I'm located, there's helicopters that pick them up in different counties and then bring them to the objective. They're considered civilian special forces, highly trained, you guys, a full-time SWAT team. When Border Patrol is short, I'll see one of the captains that I know, one of the supervisors that I know, and some of the agents that are assigned to BORTAC as overtime assignment. You see them out on patrol. They don't have all that armor plates on them, and they're right at the border where these illegal alien smugglers, human traffickers can take pot shots at them. They don't have that. Now, if they're getting shot at, if they have the time to take cover and put all that stuff on, then they will. But they're not on regular patrols doing that. The only time that I would consider wearing armor plates full time, and I know some of you guys, for some reason, you guys find the best marijuana dispensary assignments that you can be given. You're just lucky, or you do your due diligence, or you do some good research, but you guys find some good places. But some places, these grows are they're out in the middle of nowhere. And if I know that there's a prior armed incident, I would consider wearing hard armor plates. No more than a level 3. I really would. But just keep in mind, and I would wear that off over my soft body armor, because with the hard plates, there's certain creeks and crevices that where you're not protected. But I would certainly consider wearing that. I don't know if I would or not, but I would consider it, especially in a rural community where there's almost no backup. If law enforcement is 30 minutes away, I would probably consider that. If it becomes too uncomfortable, then what I would probably do is get, I don't know what sizes there are, maybe a 5x8 hard armor plate, and put it in the front, because a lot of these soft armor carriers have pocket inserts where you could put a hard armor plate, and you could put these plates in your war bag or your duty bag. If you see something suspicious, or you got to go somewhere that's very dangerous, you can put one of these plates, slide them in right here, very easy, and then put one in the back. That's another option. In the last 5 years, I've seen the development of rifle-rated plates. There's also there's rifle-rated soft armor. I'm not going to talk about it because I haven't field tested it. I never worn one, so I don't know what it feels like. But I think Safelite Defense makes armor-rated soft body armor, and it probably feels like the level 3A that I wore in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's probably how uncomfortable it is. But I don't know, and I don't want to give my opinion on that yet. But there's soft armor. I'm sorry. It's hard. It's rated for rifle rounds, and it's lightweight. The only problem is heat can destroy the integrity of these plates. So it is light. It's very, very, very light. Well, a lot lighter than the hard armor plates that are when they're steel or ceramic in there. Something else to consider, that if you don't intend on throwing these plates in the trunk, and they're always going to be in a room temperature or air conditioning vehicle, then I would probably consider these plates. Very, very pricey too, by the way. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Have you ever worn hard armor plates? And if so, what environment do you wear soft armor? Are you working armed? What type of vest do you have? How much did you pay for it? There's a lot of people that read these comments, and we are looking forward to the dialogue. I'm looking for the dialogue as well. I just want to see what you guys have to say. Take care.